Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Friday. I hope all is well. We're, of course, going to begin and jump right into the tarot and see what the day has in store for us. I feel like you're going to be thinking about the weeks ahead, right? What there is to still accomplish, what you still need to acquire, what is inevitably going to have to be separated from your situation, or what you're going to need to inevitably separated from, as that just felt like a big jumble of words. The day feels a bit foggy in certain ways, but that might be more so in regards to what you're thinking about as far as the future goes. But when it comes to you sitting in the present moment for a hot second, the day doesn't feel super foggy, but it's where your mind, your awareness, your focus drifts to. Maybe when it comes to the past a little bit, but more so when it comes to the future once again. That's what's making it feel a little bit foggy. So when it does feel that way for whatever reason, let's quickly notice and adjust what we're thinking about focusing on once again. It's going to make the world of a difference. The Six of Wands shooting out. Beautiful. So we'll take this as the overall energy. It's a victorious day, a time period for you to show off a bit, but also to work on yourself once again. It feels like there's certain ways about how people are trying to grab your attention. Now, this could be spiritual and or, people in your waking life. It could be, excuse me, people at a distance, say you're on social media, or they're relatives or coworkers, acquaintances, friends, you name it, at a distance. Otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if people are thinking about you left and right. But it also feels like past effort is paying off, right? Now, Spirit's saying there's also past efforts and maybe current day efforts in a more minimal sense where it's not working to your advantage, right? Did you overspend recently? Did you overshare recently? Did you maybe overdo it in the judgmental department, the judgment department? But Spirit's saying when it comes to what is working in your advantage currently and what isn't, what are we going to do about it, right? How are we going to shift forward and utilize what we've gained, what we have at this point and moving forward more so to our advantage more so? That was horrible wording. You get the point. What are we going to use that we've gained up until this point and that we're going to more so gain moving forward to see things even more Six of Wands like, right? More victory, more praise, compliments, and more success overall? Because it feels like there is success to be focused upon, but when you're thinking about the future too much, when you're thinking about what you don't have, what you do have but need more of, it's this kind of vibe where you're starting to slip into that lack mindset and less of that gratitude. I'm very much aware and going to manifest more of this victory all the meanwhile, right? And so remembering to channel your intentions, your mood, your energy, and your thoughts all the meanwhile to, once again, your advantage. That seems to be the word of the day, advantage. But justice. Very interesting because I feel like in one of the last attempts, I know for a fact this came out as the overall energy. There's justice throughout this day. You don't get the Six of Wands and the Justice card in a reading for a day. And surrounding it, if you're not feeling this justice and victory coming to be, they're saying left and right or in certain ways. But then, in between those moments, in between those successes, those levels of justice, again, it's about you fine-tuning and taking control over certain habits and focuses so that you can reap all the rewards and have them multiply. But the Nine of Cups talking about how, as we keep picking from the bottom of the deck, there's a wish fulfillment that's on your mind, and Spirit saying this will come to be when it's meant to. Stop stressing it, right? Stop stressing it. Doesn't mean you don't keep applying for those jobs. It doesn't mean you don't keep reaching out or maintaining communication with potential suitors or applying for or looking into new housing situations. Those are just three prime examples, but it means that you do what you have to do what you you intuitively need to do, but don't stress it all the meanwhile. Trust that you're not only manifesting, you're co-creating with Spirit, and it just feels like there's a lot of good karma flowing around your energy field at this time, and they're saying more so moving forward. The Fool card coming out because it feels like you need to fall back into the way that things are meant to proceed, right? When it comes to, in a smaller sense, this day, maybe when it comes to smaller accomplishments throughout the day, or several accomplishments that are paired together or put together. Anyways, but in a larger sense, when it comes to your world evolving, when it comes to your path transpiring in the way it's meant to, you can't control every bit and piece of how things are meant to proceed and what's meant to change and not change. Some things are out of your control. And when you release that control and grasp a level of control where it actually should be, you're going to find things come to be and even in a productive sense, fall apart as they're meant to. Does that make sense? You're making it harder on yourself when you try to control or try to, just saying, micromanage certain factors of your path moving forward. But some of which just needs to come to be and fall apart as it's meant to, while you do what you feel intuitively and know within is necessary to control, to maintain, and to change all the meanwhile. I hope that made sense. I feel like it did. But yeah, there's levels of honesty flowing from you towards other people, I want to say, but more importantly towards yourself. And you might find that you're in the midst of a process or beginning the process of the transformation, if you will, of releasing an old version of yourself, or maybe old factors or parts of yourself that have built up over time, maybe in an unhealthy manner, or maybe just no longer aligning with the chapter that you've stepped into or trying to see transform before your very eyes. Very interesting reading. The Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So the Swords energy here, talking about certain stresses that you do deal with, right? When it comes to ones that we create personally, due to habits and routines and whatnot, expectations even, what we choose to focus upon. It feels like there are certain factors of your life that are already going to be stressful or already kind of are to an extent. And so it feels like at times you kind of want to jump on that mode of transportation or utilize your 2 feet to just head towards better waters, less stress. Spirit's saying you may find yourself throughout this day reflecting upon when you moved away from certain stressful factors of a different situation or maybe multiple situations, and you can't second guess this choice, even if it's leaving you with a sense of lack currently or maybe not in the most comfortable spot in some way, shape, or form. Everything's leading from one positive change to the next. Even if it's not, say, that first positive change is something you're leaving behind for the next. It could just be one positive change, boom, that's in place. Now we need to see this other positive change transpire and come to be in my life. But it very much could be, of course, from one change, and then that played its role. You played your role in that situation, and now it's time to upgrade or move on to something different, something better maybe. It feels like a day of positive transformation and progression taking place, whether you can fully at times grasp or see that or not. Let's pull a couple more. Okay, the Ten of Wands. Spirit's saying just because you're gaining justice, just because you're victorious, doesn't mean there aren't certain aspects of your path, your journey, that don't feel heavy at times. Now, this could be a numerous amount of things that's weighing you down, but Spirit's saying when you do find yourself reflecting back to what you left behind, right, what was feeling heavy, stressful, that was much worse when it comes to this Ten of Wands energy than what you have at hand currently. So perspective is everything, okay? Perspective is everything. But it feels like there's also a focus on, well, if there's a new chapter or a new chunk of the current chapter in lying ahead around the corner, obviously differing time-wise for everybody, what do we need to put down? What do we need to let go of and release, improve all the meanwhile, to at least make this somewhat less heavy moving forward? Because there are going to be factors naturally throughout your life, and even when you make certain changes moving forward, that are going to leave you a bit stressed or leave you a bit uneasy at times, all right? And again, maybe out of your control. But what's within your control to make things less heavy currently and more so moving forward? A sense of preparation, right? And so therefore, we can ultimately get to the point down the line where things feel light, where things feel heavy. We talked about that light feeling yesterday in the Thursday daily read. But let's pull one more before we get ready to wrap this up. The Ten of Cups. I mean, this energy loves to come out in these daily reads recently, where Spirit's saying the number 1010. definitely speaks upon abundance for you, right? We've talked about victory, we talked about justice, and abundance being a large category where there's a lot of rewards, a lot of, they're saying goodies, and just seeing things pan out for you. But it feels like whatever you're envisioning, thinking about, going after, and will be a positive change for you regardless of how that looks for you, is going to be lighter in energy than you might expect, than you once dealt with. And Spirit's saying, again, your perspective is everything. Improvement is the name of the game, and preparation is even more so. All right, get ready for a lot more ahead in a very light and peaceful manner. All right, they're saying this is going to make you happy. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll definitely see you next time.